Hey guys, coming at you with an overhead view of the piles today. So pile 1, and that pile side is the Rainbow Heart Tarot. Pile 2 is forget what I call it, a clear quartz rhododendron, I think it is. Rhododendron. No, dodecahedron, I think. No, it's not. Okay, I don't know, guys. It's clear quartz. And the Cosmic Visions Tarot. The second one is green calcite, or well, kind of aquamarine calcite, and the Tarot of Divine Dreams. And the last pile is a piece of amethyst. See, I knew that one. And the Good Tarot. Okay, so do your thing, pick your pile, and I'm going to be back with your reading. Hey guys, I am the pick a card Empress. So you guys have seen the overhead view. I'm here to show you the boxes, okay? Because sometimes that helps people choose as well. So today we're asking, what have they realized about you and the connection? So the first box is going to be this Rainbow Heart Tarot. And I said it was calcite, but no, I think this is a fluorite, okay? So, and this fluorite. The second pile is the Cosmic Visions Tarot. This is this box. And the Star of Venus crystal. I couldn't remember what the hell it was, which is strange because this is how I see the Akashic records. I see them contained in these Star of David crystals. Star of Venus crystals, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's that pile. Pile 3 is the Dream Vision, so Cosmic Vision, Dream Vision Tarot, and this was actually created by our soul sister Emma. Beautiful. Like her name is oh God, I can't remember what's her name on Instagram. I'll put it below for you guys, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck, and this is a green calcite. And then the last pile is the Good Tarot. Beautiful. And this like amethyst crystal cave. I feel like you just walk in there and lie down, right? All right, so do your thing, pick your pile, and I'll be back with your reading. Okay, bye. Hey, pile 1, if you chose the Rainbow Heart Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Hey, I was looking for you. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is going to be your reading. I don't know. There's just a lot of like debris that needs to be cleared. Like I did a smoke out today, so there's still some ash. So maybe there's been some kind of breakdown with this connection, and like the dust is just clearing here. We'll see. All right, let's get a significator for your person. We'll get two. One for the energy generally, and one for the energy towards you. Okay, underneath the deck we have independent, and it's a conspiracy independent, meaning that they are doing some kind of hyper independence kind of thing. They are pushing people away. They just want to be on their own. It's hermit mode, but more like wounded hermit. You know, it's not that you voluntarily go into this place of introspection to figure out a few things. This is someone being pushed into like isolation because of some sort of betrayal or a feeling of betrayal. There may not be an actual betrayal, but maybe they feel betrayed, which is two different things, right? And it looks like they're not just reacting to one situation, they're reacting to the constellation of shattered dreams, which means like all their lifelong rejections and betrayals and all of that is just flashing back in their mind because they've been triggered by one particular situation. Let's see what it's all about. The energy generally. Rebel, and it's the first heard. It is the first word that I heard when I saw that independent card. Right? They don't want to be controlled. I think that's one of their wounds. They don't want to be controlled by everybody. They don't want people telling them to do what telling them what to do. So it's all these kind of like power dynamics that they're struggling with, feeling disempowered, trying to assert their power, and trying to set boundaries, but not really knowing how. So they kind of just isolate themselves, so they don't have to deal with that. And there's so many little things that's going on with your person right now. But I feel like the power struggle is really within. Right? This is an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine energies. The masculine energy of trying to assert themselves, but the feminine energy trying to be receptive and open to people, and it's just so much wounding. And I don't think that they've had the space previously to really process exactly what they've been through and the things that they're feeling inside. I feel like a big disconnect with their feelings, and not able to like translate their feelings into words, not able to decipher what is happening to them. So it's just like big triggers and no tools to process these triggers. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay? So rather than, trying to talk it out with people that they may have some kind of grounds with, or, trying to resolve it through dialogue, this person is just like, well, fuck you guys then. And they're just doing their own thing. They just need space right now. Because, everything feels like an attack. Their nervous system is like fully activated. Fully activated, overactivated, overstimulated. They can't have any kind of measured dialogue with anybody right now. They are fully triggered. Their energy towards you. We have angelic intervention. So they see you as an angel. And this card's been popping out a lot on my other channel in terms of, the masculine energies and how they're seeing the feminine energies. Not necessarily in male bodies or feminine bodies, right? We're just talking about the energy. And they see you as an angel that has come into their life to reveal the parts of them that they would rather not face, to reveal the parts of them that are wounded and hurt and in pain and that are struggling, because it looks like they kind of stuff this down, stifle this down, because that's what we teach masculine energy, right? Stiff upper lip, okay? And for people who are male in body, be a man, right? All these different things, right? That's what we tell masculine energy. But not they realize they cannot power through their life with a stiff upper lip. They have to really start processing and talking about their emotions. We have here revenge. Oh Lord, what is this? So as I said, they are in conflict inside. And the conflict is being manifested outside of them. This just reminds me of like the Five of Wands here, where there's all kinds of drama. They see themselves as the victim. I know that's probably going to trigger a lot of you guys, right? But they're not processing things properly. They see themselves as the victim. And right now, they can't decipher whether you are friend or foe. They can't. Because remember, they're not processing things accurately. They're processing things through the eyes of a very triggered nervous system. So right now, they don't know if you are friend or foe. Their heart is telling them that you're a friend. that you're an angel, but the mind is telling them that you are going to hurt them just like everybody else, and that if they did you wrong in the past, their mind is telling them that you are going to exact revenge. Let's pull a couple cards on that revenge card. I find that in revenge card very interesting. Let's pull a couple cards on that. We have Judgment. I think they're trying to make sense of things, okay? And they're trying to do it in the midst of some sort of awakening here. And I think everything is getting muddled and confused. Let's see his revenge card. The Ten of Cups. Well, that makes no sense, guys. And the Three of Pentacles. Your person, okay, for some of you there are a lot of outside influences impacting upon your connection right now, and because your person is making the moves that they're making, because look, they're running away from some kind of codependent situation, walking away from some kind of situation that had them overwhelmed, that they were kind of powering through, but they just can't carry that burden anymore. So they're walking away from that. And for some of them, it might be a family situation, right? They are afraid that that person, whoever, or that group, right? Because it could be family members. It could even be co-workers. They're afraid that person or that group is going to seek vengeance. So they're trying to protect you at this time. So for some of you, your person may not be talking to you. And they may not be talking to you because there are people who they are afraid will do you some sort of harm. For some of you, your person is unsure about how you feel about them at this time. And they're afraid that if they approach you, that, again, you might take revenge on them by going with a third party. Because it looks like they did something shitty to you. It looks like they betrayed you. Yeah, they hurt you. Look, them stabbing you in the heart here, right, in this card, right? So it looks like they hurt you, but we see them here begging for another chance, begging for forgiveness on bended knees here. And they want to know if they beg for forgiveness, and if they go down bended knees, is if you just, like basically slap them in the face. They're not sure of. They're not sure of your affections. They don't know what to think about you. They don't know how you feel. That's what I get. They don't know how you feel. All right. What have they realized about this connection? Let's get 6 cards. Woo. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is a karmic energy. This is the physically abusive karmic, spiritually exploitative karmic, sexually exploitative karmic. They don't want to work. They must only receive. They can't give. Page of Wands in reverse. That is a child that has gone through some severe abuse. I'm getting like a lot of things that they realize about themselves. That's what I'm getting so far. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So it's a lot of self-realization. I'm not seeing much Six of Cups in reverse about you as yet. And the Hangman in reverse. For some of you watching, there was definitely another person that they were interested in romantically. I see it here with that Six of Cups reverse. That is a karmic soulmate. The Six of Wands reverse is a karmic soulmate, right? Someone who has come to teach you a lesson, and usually through a lot of heavy energy and negativity, right? Soulmates teach you lessons through love. Karmics teach you lessons through facilitating the consequences of your actions, right? Let's just put it like that. So what have they realized about you and this connection? I'm not getting much about what they've realized about you, but a lot about what they realized about this whole journey that they've had with you, and it looks like with somebody else. If this is not somebody else, this is the energy that they were embodying. So let's read with somebody else, and then we're going to read with the energy that they were embodying, okay? Because it can go those two ways. So the first thing they realize, for some of you, there was somebody else. There was a third party here, maybe a fourth, maybe a fifth party. Who knows, right? What they realize now is that they were in a long karmic cycle with that person. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which tells us about a karmic cycle, right? They were in a long karmic cycle with that person. And the reason why they manifested that person into their life, the reason why they chose that person is because of their abusive childhood. Now, we go through until we get to a place of awareness, and we get to a place where we are ready to do our healing work and really dive deep into why we do the things that we do, and wanting to change and wanting to process generational trauma, ancestral trauma, and so on. We continue to recreate the trauma of the past unconsciously. Sometimes consciously, sometimes consciously we're doing it. But usually unconsciously, we are always recreating the trauma of the past. So whether that trauma was abusive, whether it was about abandonment, rejection, we are always going to create scenarios that reinforce these beliefs that we downloaded as a child, these beliefs that we are unworthy, that we deserve to be punished, that we deserve to be abused, that we are not good enough. So because your person had a very abusive childhood, they attracted and chose someone who was very abusive. Because I told you, the Queen of Wands in reverse, she's physically abusive, she's spiritually abusive, right? So she uses spirituality to control, to manipulate, uses sex to control, to manipulate, and that may have happened to your person. Because Page of Wands, for me, is a person who is a child who's been physically abused or sexually abused in some sort of way. And I'm sorry if that's triggering for some people, right? So because they went through this experience in the past, all their relationships after that have shades of the same childhood experience. So they're seeing that now. They can actually consciously see that thread. And they're realizing as well that what happened to them as a child made them hate themselves. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So your person actually thought that they deserved to be abused, that they deserved to be betrayed, that this was the best that they could do. Okay? But it really was just their childhood wounding, speaking, choosing, and basically dictating the course of their life. So they were giving their power away to their abusive childhood all this time. Right? Refusing to see. They couldn't see it. They couldn't see it. And they didn't want to see it. And that's another reason why they got wrapped up with all these kind of interesting partners. Because as long as the drama is rolling, okay, and as long as there are fires to put out, and as long as there's somebody to rescue, And as long as there's somebody that needs them, they don't have to look at their own shit. They can just live on that constant adrenaline rush, which is another addiction that they have, especially, see, when you go through this experience as a child, right? And you learn in survival mode all the time. You don't know how to live outside of survival mode. So that adrenaline that fight or flight has to constantly be there, be present for you to feel good. Right, so the drama and then unpredictable behaviors, unstable partners, and you don't know what's going to come next, that used to turn on your person. So you, with your calm, loving energy, you can hold their interest. You can hold their interest. They needed the drama. They needed the cycles. Because that is all they know. And to them, at some point, this is what love was. Now, if there wasn't a third party, this was the energy that your person was embodying, and they were in this energy for a very long time. Right? You know, hurt people hurt people. Right, that's exactly. So because they were hurt as a child, and they didn't have any tools, or they weren't able to access care in order to help them process what happened to them, all they did was basically transfer their pain to others. So whatever happened to them as a child, they did it to other people. Okay, I'm gonna screw you over before you could screw me over. And again, lack of self-love, diving deep into all sorts of addictions, because Ace of Cups in reverse is about our addictions as well. They don't care about love. This is a fuck love card. When I saw this card today, I heard fuck love. This is a fuck love card. What's love got to do with it? What's love? Don't tell me no shit about love. Look right here. That's what this card just tell me. Don't tell me no shit about love. I don't want to know about love. What's love got to do with it? Right, so your person's been in fuck love mode for a very long time, and they're seeing that now. And again, all goes back to childhood wounding. Wounded in a child that has never been addressed, that has never been recognized. So that's what they are realizing about this connection. Now, if you've attracted this person into your life, guess who was also embodying that energy? Even if it was not as gross as, and by gross I mean magnified, as your counterpart, there must have been part of this energy inside of you. Okay, this lack of self-love, this reenacting childhood wounded. You must have something like that inside of you, right? So they might also be realizing that. But they have been like, that's not there. They're talking about deep cover. You know, when those undercover cops and undercover agents, they go undercover, and then after a while they forget who they really are. They become the personality, right? Your person has been in deep cover, right? Real deep cover, since they were a child. They are now and they're realizing that as well. They are now rediscovering who they truly are. They had to adopt a persona to survive, and that persona became who they were. They forgot who they were, right? So they're now trying to unpack all this armor, all this masking, all this shit, the facade, in order to remember who they were before somebody arrested their development. Let us look at their thoughts and feelings about you at this time. So this is what they realized about the connection. And as I told you, I didn't see much of you in there per se. I think it was a lot of self-realization. Okay. Let's look at their thoughts and feelings for you. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And I heard, I didn't love you the way you deserve to be loved. Right? And for me, Knight of Cups in reverse is the amorous narcissist, right? That is a love collector, right? They always have to have the fans, the supply. So whenever they feel down, they can look and say, oh, that person likes me. I must be a good person. Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And that's Mr. Paranoid, the neurotic. The Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse. What am I getting from that? What I'm getting, their thoughts and feelings. I think within the next month, this person is going to reach out to you. And when they reach out to you, you're going to see a big difference in their personality. This is going to be someone who would want to be more open about who they are. They may tell you about things from their childhood. They may tell you about their past relationships, and not just the version or their version of it, but a more rounded and objective version that they could not speak about before, right? Because this person needed to be the victim in order to continue the life unexamined, right? They need to be the victim. So they're going to tell you about those relationships. They're going to tell you the truth of what happened there. They're going to take accountability for their part. I think your person is like a natural overthinker. Okay? When they approach a situation, they always think about the worst case scenario. But this is something that they're releasing at this time, which is the Eight of Swords in reverse, to take action and move towards you. They're seeing you as a good investment, and not just a good investment in terms of time and money and energy, but also a good investment in terms of their heart, because they feel like you will keep their heart safe, like you would protect their heart. And you know what that reminds me of? I was watching a TikTok yesterday, and they were talking about, society grooms masculine energy and males as the provider and protector energy in relationships and in the world, without recognizing that. I'm not going to say what like they said it. They said like the true providers and true protectors. No, I'm not going to say that. Without recognizing the ways that feminine energy and women are naturally and inherently protectors and providers. And it's because of her belly that I remember that. Before a child is even born, the mother protects the child whilst it's developing in the womb, protecting it from harm and danger, protecting it from the harsh outside world until they can acclimatize to the energies of this planet, right? She nourishes this child within the womb, and then as soon as the child comes out of the womb, it is there in the protective arms of its mother, and it is nourished from her body. So who are the true protectors and providers, right? So this is what this person sees in you. They see how you naturally protect and provide. And they feel like you are going to protect and that you are going to nourish their heart, and they already feel this energy from you. Your energy is protective and nourishing to them. They feel like you will take good care of their heart. What's the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know about this connection at this time? What's the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know? We have the Hierophant, and this is about commitment. This is about spiritual lessons. We have the Five of Cups. So your person is in the fives, right? And that's where we do the most soul growth, because it's about challenge and change. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Moon. It's like retreating into the womb, isn't it? And we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, whilst this person is thinking about commitment to you and growing something with you and you protecting their heart and all that good stuff, Spirit is letting you know that they still have a lot of work to do. Okay? Right now they're in pain. We have the Five of Cups here. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of regret. They're not feeling high vibe. And right at this time, they are being prodded by the universe to do a lot of shadow work. Okay? To really get themselves back into balance. So this is not someone who is ready to move forward with a relationship immediately. It's going to take time. So that doesn't mean that you sit around twiddling your thumbs, resting on your own laurels. You have to keep pushing forward. Right? Pushing forward with the healing, pushing forward with the projects, pushing forward with your life. It looks like they're catching up really rapidly, but they have to go through their process, right? Just as you went through your healing process, right? They have to go through their process. So Spirit is letting you know about that, right? Whatever this person will come forward and say, okay? And their intentions are good, but their state of readiness, they may not be ready for the kind of commitment that you may want. Okay, this person needs time. So Spirit wants you to know that. Let's get some 3D messages from your person. I'm going to use this deck here. It is the Hidden Truth Oracle deck. Messages from a person. What do they want you to know right now? Underneath the deck, we need to let each other go. And I think that's exactly what I was just trying to tell you. This person still has things that they need to do, things that they need to process. It feels like they've only like now started this introspective let's say process again, this introspective process that they're going through, right? After this massive awakening. It's more of an integration process. It's like they have the knowing now. Now they have to integrate it into their life, into their psyche. And for that, you need to give this person room. You need to give them space. What do they want you to know? So it's about non-attachment at this time. My life is not as together as a team. I don't think it's together at all. I think there's a lot of fracturing that's happening, that unnecessary fracturing of their psyche, fracturing of living situations, maybe even at the job. There's also tension and fracture that's happening there. So they're volcanoes. Why am I saying volcanoes? I meant there are earthquakes that are happening. You see that all that rubble, the debris. There are earthquakes that are happening in all areas of a person's life, and that's because they needed that shake up. Spiritually, they were getting too comfortable too comfortable in dysfunction. Just being near you is intoxicating. Yes, I think we picked up on that, right? Your energy is just magnetic to this person now because they're healing, they're changing. And they're in vibrational alignment with you, or coming into vibrational alignment with you. The timing just wasn't right for us. Yeah, so it looks like you guys were on different pages and you guys wanted different things. Okay. They hadn't gone through their healing process as yet, and they weren't even being their authentic self. I wonder if you're happy without me. So this person wants to know, are you missing them as much as they are missing you? Are you happy? Have you moved on? Have you moved on from them? Do they have a chance? What else do they want you to know? I'm not available. No, I don't get that. I think they're stuck in a lot of grief, a lot of regret right now. So emotionally, I think they need to shine a light on themselves. It was my fault, but I blamed you. And that's what I was telling you about this person in victim mode, right? In every relationship, they were the victim. And they had to be, because if they weren't the victim, then they'd have to take accountability for their actions. And they weren't about to do that. I can't stop thinking about you. So even though emotionally they're not available to you, you occupy their thoughts and their time. Okay? All right, my love. So based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect will be this person's next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? We have the Three of Cups in reverse. That might be getting rid of a third party. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I can't remember what. They showed me the image, but I can't remember what the name of the thing is. And basically, it like titter-totters, 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 and then get stable. They're saying this is what your person is going to be doing. They're going to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth before they stabilize. Okay? So there's a lot of confusion in their headspace, a lot of confusion in their heart, and a lot of confusion all around them, right? So they're going to be doing a lot of waffling. They're going to be like second guessing themselves and all that kind of stuff. But eventually, they're going to find their true north, okay? Within a month's time, they will find their true north, okay? And then there's a lot of things that need to happen here. For some of them, they have to get rid of a third party. Others, there are addictions that they have to face, right? So they're saying by the time a month has passed, they're going to have a solid plan as to how they're going to navigate all these waters to get to the end point, which is you. Okay? Whilst they are doing that, what's the advice from your guides? What's the advice from your guides? Underneath the deck, we have competition, warrior guides. Okay, so it looks like there is, even within your own life, people that are going to be vying for your hand, but they're not going to have access so easily to you. Okay, so it looks like you're going to have options, but they're not going to have access to you. Your guides are being very protective of your energy right now, and only the most gallant, the most ones that possessing the most integrity, and the ones that truly have your best interest at heart will be allowed access to you. So that's your love life there. What's the advice? We have divine healers and we have shame. Sometimes when we look back on our lives, we get this energy of cringe. That really was me. Like, I really compromised myself like that. Like, I really didn't care about myself. You're like, but I must have been nuts. Spirits are reminding you that it's all a learning experience, okay? And there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. And it's only through going through this experience that you have emerged the wonderful, amazing, beautiful person that you are. So there's no need to be ashamed. But let me read from the book. It's a card number 35, which reduced to 8, was about. So they're telling you, don't give your power away to shame. So 35. Don't give your power away to shame. Don't waste your time. Okay? Whatever had to happen, happened. All right, let's see shame, divine healers. And it says judgment, severity, self-loathing, and poverty. You're at risk of falling under the spell of self-criticism because of poor choices or learned behavior, and this is bringing on the energy of shame. You can always tell when the soul deadening vibration, because when we look on the emotional scale, shame is right underneath there just before suicidal ideation. Okay? We can always tell when the soul deadening vibration is present because it causes you to unconsciously pull back from others and the loving support of the universe and become isolated. So I feel that's what's going on with your person as well. It's quite possible at this time to believe that the world is against you, making you want to hide, withdraw, or push away. Nothing could be further from the truth. You are your own worst enemy at this time, as the universe never stops loving or supporting you. Nor have the people around you stopped loving you, even if you've made terrible mistakes. After all, we are all guilty at times, and we came down here to make mistakes, right? Your divine healers surround you, holding you in affection and unconditional love as you struggle to regain your self-esteem. They ask you to remember that being here on earth is like being in a classroom. You're here to progress, and you'll make many mistakes along the way. Part of your learning process it's part of your learning process and necessary for your growth. Your divine healers ask you to open your heart and forgive your mistakes. There's no mistake too great, nor any crime so grave that it cannot be forgiven. Pray for them to help you rise above your own self-criticism and re-enter the flow of the universe. Make an effort to see yourself with the same love that they see you with. Stop judging yourself. Make amends and apologies where necessary and move on. Their message to you is live and learn. Okay, so don't fall into any kind of abyss about I shouldn't have done that and I should have done this and how could I do that? I thought I was healed. How can I, let this person compromise my boundaries again? Like all those kind of things that we tell ourselves. We are here to learn, and no experience is for naught. Okay, everything is adding to your growth, your development, and your innate wisdom. My love, so that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, could you please do? And please like, dislike, put a comment down below, put an emoji down below, put a full stop down below. It all helps make our community grow and expand. And I invite you to do that for any reader that you enjoy on YouTube because it keeps us right here where we want to be. Okay? My love, so that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Take care. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Star Venus crystal, so I actually remembered what it was. And this is interesting that I couldn't remember the name because this is how I see the Akashic records with them stored in these crystals here. So that's interesting. I couldn't remember that for nothing. All right, so let's begin the reading. So today we're looking at what have they realized about you and the connection. So let's get some significators. We're going to get one for their energy generally and one for their energy towards you. What have they realized about you and this connection. Underneath the deck, we have a power struggle. Okay, so they're working on, they could be embroiled in a power struggle in their life. It could be at work, it could be at home with a third party. It could be with family members, but it looks like there's a lot of interference and a lot of conflict happening in your connection right now, and your person like fighting for their life over here. Okay. There may be a relationship that they were in where they weren't treated right. There could have been children involved, and they're trying to maybe there's some kind of court battle that's happening right now. Let's have a look. Let's get a significator for the energy generally. So we have compensation for the energy generally. And it's a card number 10. So this tells me this is what they're ending. They're ending an energy of overcompensating for not feeling good enough. All right, so we're logging into a people pleaser. That's who we're tuning into today. And they are a people pleaser because they are afraid of abandonment. There's a mother wound that's here. It looks like either the mother walked out on them, or the mother may have been emotionally absent. You know, some people, they're physically there, but they ain't there. They're not there. Whether they are battling with their own issues and their own addictions, or it's just too much for them to handle, and they basically just log off. Their body's there, but they're not online, right? They're not online at all, okay? They're not online. It's like a circuit overload, just overstimulated, and they just go numb. So they can't receive anything. They can't give anything. So they can't give love. They can't give validation to their child. So this person always grows up with this ever-present void that is in their energy, that is in their heart, because, you know, your parents teach you about relationships, and before you're able to cultivate your own idea of yourself, your self-image, your self-esteem, your value, your worth, it's your parents that help you really cultivate that within yourself. They lay that foundation. Let's just say that way. They lay that foundation, and they help you. They build you up. They help to build you up. But if one or both parents aren't functioning in that role, there's just this big void. There's this big hole. And they try to find this validation. They've tried to find the sense of community and family within other people, because they've never built this for themselves, right? Their sense of self is always external, always looking to other people to validate them. But this is something that they're ending, right? It's a card number 10. They're at the end of this cycle right now, okay? And they're realizing that they are worthy of having a connection, having a job that gives to them as much as it receives from them. So it looks like all their relationships, whether these are platonic relationships, romantic relationships, work relationships, have always been out of balance. Okay? Because they're always looking for that validation outside of themselves. And if they have to sacrifice their own dreams, their own self, their sense of authenticity, to do that, their sense of expression, to do that, this person would. This person would. But if you attracted this person into your life, then to some point, to some measure, to some degree, you were also doing that, right? So just alerting you, and this is something that you may know anyways. This might be a cycle that you've already powered through. So their energy towards you, freeing the will. They're trying to free themselves, trying to open up their mind, open up their intuition, rely on their own self, create a new foundation for themselves where they feel empowered to put their authentic self out there, and especially I'm getting to put their spiritual beliefs out there. Okay, I think we're tapping into someone who is deeply intuitive. They're very wise. There's a lot of wisdom, and they have a higher perspective on things. But this higher perspective, they were loath to share in the past, because remember, they're always pandering to somebody else's ego. Okay, because they want that validation from other people. So whether they are pandering to their parents, pandering to family members, right? They're the ones that their work colleagues will dump all their work on, right? Take advantage of them, walk all over them, because they always want to be seen as the good girl, good that, good guy, good them, right? This is what's more important to them than actually living their life. I can't remember who said it, but it said the best thing that you can do for the world, the planet, the universe is to be your authentic self. This is what you came here to be, right? And there's something about being your authentic self that's going to shift a lot of patterns in your ancestry, in your relationships, and in the world. But this person, they never felt comfortable to do that, because they're always morphing themselves. That's the word I heard. Morphing themselves or changing themselves to fit some sort of expectation from others, to fit into some sort of mold that their family may have prepared for them, or some sort of mold at work. And we're programmed to do these things to fit into molds. Okay, that's what they do us at school, right? Well, especially in the Caribbean, right? Everybody wears the same uniform, and there are practical reasons for that, right? You wear the same uniform, you sit in the same kind of desk, everybody has to wear their hair the same way, cut their hair the same way. I was just playing keyboard warrior with with a guy about hairstyles in school. So everybody has to have the same hairstyle. There's no sense of self-expression or individuality or anything like that, right? It's all about conformity and, creating these cartoon cutouts that will go out there into the world and, just fit into what used to be the Industrial Revolution. That's why we're still in that education system here in the Caribbean, just creating a workforce for the Industrial Revolution that happened so many decades ago. But now they're freeing themselves from that. They're freeing themselves from the bindings of these old programs and these old systems, and really getting a higher perspective. And it is you that has triggered this within them. So they're trying to find the strength, and they're trying to free themselves to move towards you. You are the Empress at card number 3 here, right? To move towards you by harnessing their own feminine energy and listening to their own intuition, creating and grounding their own projects, right? Freeing themselves from a third party, having the strength to do that. But this is someone, find the strength to put themselves out there, and allow themselves to be seen. Let me put a card on this compensation card. Because it's the card literally looks like someone begging for approval, right? Begging for approval. That's who we're dealing with. But it's ending. It's ending. We have the peacock, and the peacock is the Empress. And I told you it's ending because of you. I think you came into their life and you came in like a wrecking ball, right? So you destroyed a lot of their walls and a lot of archaic thinking. And now you've kind of opened up. You've opened up an opening. So redundant. You've opened up an opening whereby the light of spirit, their own intuition, can filter through. What's this compensation card? We have the strength card here. No, it's the 8 of orbs. I getting the orbs in this deck. Oh no, the orbs. No, this is a strength card, sorry. Let me just double check. Are there any more orbs in here? Sorry guys. You know when they have these ever-changing suits. No, they have birds, embers, lotuses. Okay, no, this is strength card. Right. So find the strength to end that cycle of inequality in their life and standing proud as I would say manager, but maybe to becoming the manager of their life, but standing proud as the magician, manifesting something new. So find the strength to manifest something new, to manifest a whole new paradigm in their life. So there's a big paradigm shift for your person, and that's why we call it freeing the will, because previously they were bound up in a lot of programming, trapped in a box, right? Trapped in a box. Okay. All right. Let's see, what have they realized about you and this connection? Let's get 6 cards. We have Sacrifice in reverse, which is a very telling card, right? Even though there's a Hangman in reverse, I'm reading it as the sacrifice word, right? That's the end of that self-sacrificing. Okay, sacrificing themselves, sacrificing their own dreams, their own goals, just to please others or to cater to somebody else. Okay, it's the end of that. And maybe even where you were concerned, maybe you didn't realize how much they may have been giving up of themselves in order to be with you. Maybe not like verbalizing their true feelings, or not speaking their needs in the connection or the relationship. So with you, whether you recognize it or not, they were also doing that with you so that you won't leave them, right? They were also sacrificing of themselves. So maybe they're also ending that with you as well, right? We have the Mender. We have the Romantic in reverse. We have the Swan, which is the High Priestess. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. What have they realized about you and this connection? All right. So they know that you are their counterpart. They know that this is a destined connection, right? They identify you as the High Priestess. They realize that there's something that you may have told them that they may have brushed off or made fun of in the past, but now that they're going through something, your words, maybe your prophecy, have come back to them full circle. They realize that you were right all along. This is a clarity that they're getting, that you were right all along. And the only reason why they couldn't see the truth for what it was is because of their own insecurities and their own pain and their own need for validation by others. There's something here about them being too insecure or too concerned about what other people would say to choose you in the past. That's what I'm getting here. There was a period of time where they had the opportunity to choose you and they didn't choose their heart. Look at the Romantic in reverse. They didn't choose their heart because there's something about you and this connection that other persons may not have approved of. So what they're realizing, they're in a state of regret. But you know, as my father would say, nothing happens before its time, right? They had to go through everything that they ran through and to get the clarity that they have today, right? So what have they realized? That it was you all along. It was you all along. They were searching for something that they could never really find. What's that Billy Joel song? I don't know why it's coming through. In the still of the night. Look up those lyrics because the person is singing this to me right now. But it could only be seen by the eyes of the blind. They kept guys, you know I have to find it, right? Because yeah, okay, it's gonna be a message for you, but there's a message that I need to interpret also. Because only the snippets are coming through. One moment. Um I'm pretty sure it's Billy Joel. In the still of the night. I have not heard that song in ages. Was it even my time? When was this? Oh, it was actually a cover. I did not know that it was a cover. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Not that part. I held you. Because I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go instead. Or am I mixing up? I was searching for something. Maybe I'm mixing up two songs? 1 second. Guys, bear with me, okay? I promise this going somewhere. I was searching for something. For something. Something so hard to find. It's kind of come back. Because it could only be seen. Yeah, I'm getting it. Can only be seen by the eyes of the blind in the still of, yeah, the river of dreams. Okay. In the middle of the night. Okay, it's two different songs, guys. My gosh. I'm sorry. It's two different sounds. It says, in the middle of the night, I go walking in my dreams from the mountains of faith to a river so deep. So your person hitting the highs, getting that higher perspective, but also going into deep into their emotions. And I feel for some of you, your person is astral projecting as well. I must be looking for something sacred I lost, but the river is wide and it's too hard to cross. And even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and I stand on the shore and try to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. So they've been looking for something, but in the gist was always inside of them. I've been searching for something taken out of my soul, something I would never lose, but something somebody stole. So I feel like because your person didn't get this validation from parents, and for some of them they may have actually been abused, right? They may have had that little spark stolen from them. One second. Yeah, they may have had, my brother was calling, they may have had that spark stolen from them, and they've always been searching to fill that void. Guys, look, you're gonna see the rest of the messages, but all I want to say, your person has always been searching. I mean, the Five of Cups about searching, right? And weighing your options, exploring, that kind of thing. But what they thought they were searching for, they thought that they were searching for true love, but really they were searching for self-love. They were searching for meaning, and they were searching outside of themselves for it. But they've always had it and they can never lose it. And this is something that they're realizing as well. They want to make up with you if you guys are in some kind of separation, if you've had some kind of argument. They want to make up with you. They want this to be a relationship because they're showing me like things knitting together. They want you guys to have this really close-knit relationship where they can tell you anything and you can confide in them and it's all reciprocal and they feel safe, right? But they feel like they have to concentrate on mending themselves. If you look here, there's a lone figure on a lotus. So they're going through this transformation and they feel like they have to put their time, effort, and energies into them. They feel like right now may not be the time for a romantic relationship with you. But I think this person's going to pop up and cultivate a platonic relationship with you whilst they deal with their own insecurities and their own pain. It's like they're trying to figure out who they are, find themselves. Find themselves again. Although they never lost themselves, and I guess that's what they're going to come to realize, if they haven't realized already, that they've been searching high and low for something that was always inside of them. But they see you as, beautiful and graceful and effortless. Everything comes to you effortlessly, right? So they love you, they appreciate you. They just feel like they have to work on their own self-love right now and build that strong foundation so that they're never caught trying to find it outside of themselves again. Let's look at their thoughts and feelings for you right now. Their thoughts and feelings for you right now. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Elementalist, which is like the Magician. Yeah, they're manifesting a jailbreak right now. We have the Commander, which is, well, I always see it as the Emperor in this deck. Although there is an Emperor card. It's like the other Emperor, taking control of their life. Ace of Wands, taking action, like a spiritual revival. 10 of Wands in reverse, laying down their burdens by the riverside, right? And we have the Dreamer in reverse, no longer caught up in illusion. So this person is seeing you clearly. They see you as someone who is in control of their life. They see you as someone who is a spiritual powerhouse. They see you as someone who's done massive amounts of healing. Guys, give me a moment. So sorry about that, guys. My brother kept ringing and ringing and ringing. So I thought, okay, it must be an emergency. It wasn't. So maybe they had a lot of interference in this connection, especially from family members or some kind of male figure in your person's life. Okay. But yeah, they see you as a free spirit. You are unfettered by the dictates of the world, and you've already broken out of whatever mold the world tried to put you in. They see you as an elementalist. They see you as a spiritual being. They see you as a master manifester, right? And the elementalist, he commands, or they command all the elements to manifest whatever they want, and they see that it's like manifestation comes easy for you. It's effortless. Okay, it's effortless. Right? So, and they see you in control of your life and they want to be like you. They see how you have taken your dreams and you've made them into reality in this 3D plane. And there's a lot of admiration that is coming through for you. There's also a lot of regret coming through for you because I think there were some tough times in this connection, well, like all other connections. Some heavy energies. We see it here with the 10 of Wands. Okay. And they're really kind of kicking themselves for not realizing who you were to them sooner. They want to move towards you. They want to manifest a relationship with you. They want to free themselves from wherever they're bound or whatever they're bound to. For some of them, it's addiction. So some of them, it might be another relationship or dead-end job, whatever it is. They know that they need to be free and unfettered, just like you, in order to come into alignment. with you. So this is what they're doing right now. And they feel like the best starting point is their own baggage, their own wounding, and, really concentrating on their own healing. Okay? So this is someone who wants to be your energetic match. Okay? They want to be as high vibrational as you are. They don't want to be some kind of albatross around your neck pulling you down. They want to be a partner. Now, what does Spirit want you to know about this connection at this time? So we will listen to them. What have they realized? Their thoughts and feelings. But what does Spirit want you to know? We have the orbs. We have Strength card. I think it came out in this exact position in pile 1. I think. Can't remember. 2 of Wands in reverse, which for me goes to Ace of Wands. We have the Protector in reverse. And we have Death in reverse. Right, so what Spirit is letting you know that this person is in the midst of a transformation. And they are feeling very, very vulnerable right now. Okay, they're getting a lot of guidance and protection from their ancestors, from their spirit guides, angels, as they power through this. But this is a spiritual awakening and revival for your person. They're becoming more empowered. They're becoming more aware of themselves and their strength. They're working on manifesting something new. And they're listening to Spirit. My ear started ringing when those 4 cards came out. Right? So they're working on it. They're not being complacent or lackadaisical or anything like that. But they may be feeling very vulnerable at this time. They don't want this connection to die. And if it is that they have to step forward and, be vulnerable and open, they're going to do it. They're going to risk it for the biscuit. Right? All right. Let's get some 3D messages from your person. What does your person want you to know right now? And this is the Hidden Truth Oracle deck by All Things Intuitive. I'm going to play that Billy Joel song when I'm done with this. I haven't heard it in a long... Well, 2 of them, right? Or maybe he never sang in the still of the night. Because now that I'm hearing it, it's a cappella. God. There's just too much songs in my head. Anyways, and songs from all sorts of decades, because my dad was born in 1937. So he never really liked modern music. So we had to listen to a lot of oldie goldies. But in his latter years, he would listen to so many new age, call it new age music and all that. But before that, we would listen to his music, which I thought was beautiful anyways. I can't stop thinking about you. No, they can't. And I'm here. You are always on my mind. You know that song? This person's very attached to music. I wouldn't be surprised if they are a musician. It's just too many songs. And maybe people will often describe them as an old soul because it's a lot of vintage music that's coming through. I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, we picked that up. They wish they had known what they know now, They wish they had known that you were the one, then they wouldn't have made this thing so complicated. Because I feel like now there are a lot of other people involved and a lot of things involved and a lot of enmeshment that they have to untangle. I replay our conversations over and over, and that's what I was telling you. There's something that you said or some kind of prophecy that you made that they're seeing now that came to pass. And that gives you a lot of legitimacy in their eyes. I know I messed up everything. Yeah. So this is all about accountability. It's all about seeing things. 2020 vision, right? Knowing where you went wrong, knowing where you messed up and owning up to it. I couldn't let you get close to me, no. Well, they didn't even know who they were anyways, right? And they felt like if you got close enough, you would unmask them. But you already saw through them anyway, so they didn't have to go through all that drama. Yes, so they didn't want you to get too close to see how wounded they were and how much pain they were carrying around on their back, right? They want to keep you at arm's length, right? So maybe it was just a sex thing as far as they're concerned, or that's what they were telling themselves. And they never allowed themselves to feel and to acknowledge the deeper emotions that they had for you. I want to tell you how I feel. Yeah, but now there's this burning desire for them to just be open, to just blurt it out. They've kept it inside for so long, to just blurt it out. We both know I'm not the one for you, but they're besieged by their own insecurities. Because those things die hard, right? They do die hard. No matter how much work you do on yourself, right? And you practice so much self-love techniques, you try to internalize it and integrate it, it's hard. Especially if you've lived most of your life in those kinds of, spaces. So every now and then it looks like they get besieged by their own insecurities all over again. They feel like they can't live up to your expectations, that you will be disappointed, that they will hurt you. All right, now based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect will be their next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? Next actions. We have the Pathfinder in reverse. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have Sleeping Ships or the Unknown. All right. Well, what I see here, it's going to be a lot of confusion as your person tries to figure out what path to take, which road is best, their purpose, their mission, those kinds of things, right? They're going to be trying to sort that out. But I see them, even as they try to sort this out, trying to invest in this relationship. And I feel like I keep feeling friendship vibes, right? Invest in this relationship to cultivate a connection with you, to cultivate something solid with you. We have the Ace of Pentacles here, right? Like they don't even know where this is heading. They don't even know how they're going to get to you, but they're just going to, they've gotten an idea that you are the one, and they're just going to, like, baby step by baby step, follow through and take those steps in the dark. They're not too sure where they're going. They don't know how it's going to pan out. They have no guarantees. And I feel like this is someone who needed a guarantee. They have no guarantees, but they're just going to put one foot in front of the other and just kind of follow their heart and see where it takes them. What is the advice from your guides right now? What's the advice from your guides? So they're taking those steps in the dark. What's the advice for you guys? We have boredom, spirit teachers. So maybe you might have been bored waiting. You just fed up of the endless cycles. But Spirit's saying, even in this, even though it seems to be stagnant, there's still something. You feel that you've learned everything, but there's still something that you need to learn. There's still something that you need to hear. You just have to figure it out. That's one. And two, if you're feeling bored, it might mean that there's some sort of psychic development or learning program that you can find yourself involved in. Udemy has some really great courses that are pretty cheap. Learn something. We're here to learn something. We have devotion and nature spirits. Let's see what this means. Card number. Good Lord, Father. Looks like 44. These people that write these things, they don't like me. Yes, it is a 44. And Charlotte and I were speaking about 44 this morning. This is the Emperor twice. It says inspiration, contemplation, nature, and faith. The presence of God is everywhere. So if you feel disconnected from the divine, you're the one who left. Okay, right? Your nature spirits are beckoning you back to a place of awareness that reconnects you to your source. Do not allow your mind to isolate you in fear or get stuck dwelling on misery. Instead, go outside and take in the natural world, which is a beautiful gift for you to enjoy. See the divine all around you. Focus on the beauty, power, and holiness that nature affirms. Humbly surrender to the greatest of forces present in all things, including you. And I think that's what they're doing right now, surrendering to the force that is present in all things. So they were looking outside for God's source inspiration, but it was always inside of them. And Spirit is reminding you that it is inside of you. Okay, don't let your mind, your ego tell you differently. Your nature spirit's message is breathe in the divine. You are in God and God is in you. All right, so guys, get out there. It's summer in most parts of the world. And even if it's not summer in most parts of the world, there's always beauty in nature that you can find if you look for it. And once you reconnect to the energy of that beauty, you're going to reconnect to the energy of the beauty within yourself. All right, my love, so that was your reading. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it. Like, dislike, put in comments down below, even if they're emojis and full stops. They all help with the algorithm. They help our community expand and grow, and I'll be most grateful. Please do it for any reader that you enjoy. All right, take care. Bye. Hey, pile 3, if you chose the green calcite and the Dream Visions tarot, this is going to be your reading. So today we're asking, what have they realized about you and about the connection? So let's begin. What have they realized about you and the connection? Okay, so we have empowerment underneath the deck, and it's like somebody, like, it's a celebration, and they're feeling more empowered because they've been healing with all the stars here. They've been doing a lot of healing. What is this? Yeah, and they're being like a blessing to their ancestral line. They're a blessing to all those around them, to be honest. And it's all because they're taking the healing journey very seriously. All right, let's get a significator for the energy generally, and then a significator for the energy towards you. We have initiation, okay? They have opened some sort of spiritual door, okay? They've opened some sort of spiritual door here, and they're walking through, okay? They have been and are still are on a quest, okay? There's a card number 63, and it reduces to 9. And 9 is all about the hermit's journey. That's that journey of self-reflection, that journey of self-actualization, trying to figure out who you are, especially who you are as a spiritual being. And it looks like they've unlocked like another level. And they were able to unlock this level by tuning into the power of their heart. Because 6 is the lovers. Okay, and being receptive or listening to spirit. We have card number, this is the 3 is the Empress. Okay, so they are on some new timeline right now. They've unlocked a new timeline. They have unlocked a new level in their learning on this earth, and they are walking boldly through. Now, she is clad in pink, and I always associate pink or pink light with healing light, but pink is also crown chakra, and that's what I was saying about this person being receptive now, right? They are listening to spirit. Let's see the energy towards you. Independence. Okay, right now they're kind of hyper independent. I think this is someone who is used to feeling disempowered, and now that they're getting this bit of spiritual power here, or unveiling how powerful they are as a spiritual being, kind of going to the head a little bit, right? Right now I think this person's really concentrating on their healing. But I also get as well that this person wants your approval, but in the same vein that they want your approval, they also want to be independent of you. They want to be an independent person. They want to be on your level. They want you to admire them. And as I was saying those words, it reminds me of the kind of push and pull energy of a teenager and a parent, right? Wanting to assert their independence and their identity, but at the same time wanting their parents' validation, protection, and also the parents to nurture and provide for them, right? So it's always a push and pull kind of dynamic, and they feel resentful because they still have to rely on their parents to meet some of their needs. And it's the same energy that I'm seeing here. So you're like emotionally, so your person chronologically could be 60 years old, but emotionally we're tapping into someone who has the EQ of a teenager. That's what I'm getting here. And there's something about your dynamic that reminds them of the relationship that they had with their parents. So they're not even rebelling against you. They're rebelling against the memory of the energy of their childhood, their teenage years. They're stuck in some kind of loop. So this is them wanting to assert their independence and their identity, but also resenting how attached they feel to you and how much they want you to notice, admire, and admire them. They resent the fact that they need that. Let's pull some cards on initiation and independence. But that's what I'm getting, guys. Let's see initiation. We have the Two of Wands. All right, so this is them moving in a different direction here, and there's a level up that's happening with your person, a level up and a glow up. That's the initiation. All right, we have the King of Wands, right? And the King of Wands is the King of Spirit, right? Go-getter, action-oriented, but fully embodying their spiritual identity. And it looks like this is what your person is doing right now. They're having some sort of rejuvenation, some sort of rebirth, some kind of reigniting of the divine spark within, and this is causing some sort of level up in the spirituality, some sort of glow up. Let's see independent, because remember the king is the master of that suit. Let's see independent. We have King of Cups. There isn't that they love you. And it is the energy of Scorpio. You know, as much as Scorpio loves hard. Okay, Scorpio loves hard. Sometimes maybe even in an obsessive kind of way. But as much as Scorpio loves hard, and as much as they may feel very connected to someone, they often get resentful because they have been so self-contained for so long. You know, when they finally trust someone and let someone into their heart, they feel resentful because now they're feeling vulnerable. Now there's actually somebody out there that can hurt me. It is that energy. Wanted to be self-contained, but yet feeling this very strong magnetic emotional pull to somebody else. Because Scorpio don't like to rely on anybody. They don't like to rely on, and they don't trust anybody, not even their parents. But here they are, wanting to still hold on to that self-contained energy, but feeling this magnetic pull towards you, feeling like I can trust this person, and feeling also vulnerable, and that vulnerability gets their hackles up. So your person is maturing, okay, and they're the King of Cups here, so they're definitely maturing in the emotional department. But that feeling of vulnerability that they get when they think about you and their connection to you makes them do a bit of regression. That's what I get here. It's a regression. They kind of want to go back to their old self, where they didn't need shit from anybody. Right? Now they're vulnerable. What have they realized about this connection? So that's 2 cards. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the Magician. I feel like this is the past. And the 7 of Cups. It actually came out in reverse. Okay, so what's happening here? I think they're doing a lot of reflection on the past. And in the past, they couldn't see the full potential of this relationship. Okay? I think they knew that they liked you. That's the word they would use. I like you. They knew that they liked you. They knew that they were attracted to you. But they never saw it as something that could mature, stand the test of time, could be incredibly emotional fulfilling. I think they just thought that this was well, either sex thing or maybe even friendship. Maybe even friendship. But I don't think it entered their mind that you would be someone important to them long term. I think you just caught them by surprise. Okay? You just caught them by surprise. And they didn't think that you would be something to them long term because of the family dynamic that they grew up in. Now, the Ten of Cups reverse talks about family dysfunction, but it talks about emotional family dysfunction. So this is a family that does not know how to emotionally nurture and support its members. This is a family that instead of using emotional connection to form cohesion, they actually use emotional connection to manipulate and dominate others. So in order for your person to survive within that dynamic, especially as a child, they needed to shut their emotions down. And that's why they're in that energy of Scorpio, where they are self-contained. And even though they're feeling so much in their heart, one, they either don't acknowledge it, or two, they don't express it. Because to acknowledge and express makes you vulnerable. Because in this family, any outward emotional expression is information that you give to the enemy to use to manipulate you. So you just stay stoic, you put on a blank face, and no matter how somebody tries to trigger you in this family, it's the stiff upper lip. Poker face, gray wall. Your person had a gray wall. Gray wall. So many narcissistic family members, and they learn the only way to deal with them is gray wall. And they did that same gray wall shit with you. Because as far as they're concerned, everybody's a threat. Everybody's a threat. And the minute that they know exactly how I feel inside, they can use that as ammunition against me. And your person's been locked in this cycle for a very long time. All their relationships, all their friendships, same thing. Gray wall. But something happened here, and I'm going to pull cards and find out exactly what happened here. Something happened here, and now they are seeing you clearly. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Now they're seeing that you are everything that they could ever wish for and more. You are a wish fulfillment, a dream come true. Okay? And they are trying to do everything in their power to manifest a do-over. This is what this person wants. They want a do-over. Suddenly they've just gotten so much clarity about why they were doing the things that they were doing and who you are, and seeing how you try to support them and nurture them. But all this time they thought you were the enemy. God, what's that sound that's coming through? That's by Tony Braxton. You were the enemy. If I remember by the time I'm done, let me make a little note here. I just getting this little sentence is coming through, but I can't get it. I have to sit with it. Anyways. Yeah. So something happened here. There's just like a switch. could definitely be this awakening. But what even caused that awakening? What was the trigger? Let's find out. Spirit, what was the trigger? What is causing them to see with so much clarity now? What is causing them to want this over? Let's see. We have the High Priestess in reverse. All right, so something was revealed. Something that was hidden, something that was cloaked was revealed. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. There was some kind of destabilization in their life. Let's see what it is. What was it? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That talks about dysfunction, codependency. And the Ace of Cups. What was the catalyst? Them finally loving themselves. It looks like something was revealed in some sort of toxic and dysfunctional relationship. I don't know if it's a personal relationship or a relationship at work, but something was revealed there. And this triggered this self-love journey. Some sort of upheaval. Some sort of upheaval. Okay, so if it's at your person's job, there was some kind of, I don't know, it was they were followed or something like that. Followed or fired, but there was some sort of big disruption in their usual paradigm, schedule. I don't know. There was some sort of disruption in their life, and I'm trying to get what it was. Perhaps it's different things, but it's like a big shake-up. Two of Cups in reverse. For a lot of you, it's in their personal life. There might have been a third party here, and it looks like there was something that was revealed here that really shook your person to the core. And it just had these sudden realizations that whatever they were in, it wasn't love, but some sort of trauma bond. And then they started second guessing them, what they were putting their time, effort, and energy into. And that's when they started seeing you, like really seeing you. Some sort of shake-up in their life here that really just threw them off kilter. And now they're just seeing you in a whole different light. So whereas they were treating you like the enemy before, now they're interpreting your actions differently. Now they're seeing how you try to support them, that you only try to show them love. Before they thought that you were just manipulating them. That's all. That's why they always had their walls up. But now they're seeing your actions for what they were, acts of love. Let's see their thoughts and feelings for you at this time. So there's been some sort of shake-up, some sort of disruption in their life. Well, we have the Queen of Cups. This is how they're saying, yeah, you're just love. You're love and you're their counterpart. Remember, they're identifying themselves as the King of Cups here. You are their counterpart. So we have Queen of Cups. So they're well in their fields. We have the Queen of Wands. So you're every woman. You're every woman. We have the Fool. Beautiful energy. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's my abandonment issues card. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. They ain't happy. And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Intuitively, they know that you are the one, that you are their energetic match, that you guys were meant to be together. They see you as kind and loving and nurturing, psychic, intuitive. But they also see you as a go-getter, okay? An entrepreneur, a creative, right? They see you as very sexy. You know, Queen of Wands, very sexy, very sexual. So it's like you are the perfect marriage of the whole Madonna Hawk thing. That really intrigues them. It's like every time they think that they know you, there's another layer that's revealed. So they feel like they will never ever get bored of this connection because there's always something that's unveiling itself. And this is what makes them want to risk it all for you. Intuitively, they know that you are the one. But as much as their heart is singing this is what their mind is processing. Well, they're looking at, okay, well, if I go with pile 3, what if they abandon me? What if they get fed up of me? Where will I be? What if I walk out of this third party situation here and they're the one that walks out on me? What if one in the hand is worth 2 in the bush? Why should I take the risk? And it just goes on and on. So this is their heart space. The heart space is ready to they're all a go. Let's just do this. Okay, like night, let's just do this. And their head is like, nuh-uh. It's not safe. If it's not safe, better the devil that you know than the devil that you don't. So their heart and mind are in conflict right now. And their mind is not even trying to think about you right now. Their mind is telling them to, just numb out. The Eight of Cups reverse and the Three of Cups reverse tell me that. So right now, your person might be running. You may not be hearing from your person right now. And that's because their fears are in control. But they feel very deeply for you. It is just for the mind to come into alignment with the heart. This person's deeply afraid of being used, exploited, and abandoned because that's exactly what happened to them by their own parents, by their own siblings, by their own family as a child. So if their own parent could do that to them, imagine you, a stranger, imagine what you would do. So these are the things that kind of roll around in your person's head. What does Spirit want you to know right now? We have the Six of Cups. We have the Hermit. Spirit saying leave them alone. Right? We have the Moon in reverse. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Spirit saying leave them alone. Right? Leave them alone. We have the Hermit here. Leave them alone. They're going to figure it out. But right now, they're deep in their affairs. Right? They're judging you not from their heart space or from your acts. They're judging you from their wounding. And they're going to find their way. And there's going to be a reconciliation. We have the Six of Cups there. This person knows that you are their soulmate. It's just that there are fears that they need to battle, and they can only battle these fears alone. There's nothing you can do besides what you've already done, because you've been consistent, right? There's nothing you can do to allay this person's fears. This is an inside job. No amount of reassurance, no amount of you twisting and bending yourself to make them feel more comfortable is going to do it for them. This is them having to do the inner work. This is a them problem. They have to work through these fears. There's nothing you can do to allay this, because nothing that you are doing to trigger this. It's how they are interpreting your actions that's triggering this. So they have to change the lens. They have to put on new glasses and change the lens through which they're seeing you and they're seeing the world. And that is an inside job. So allow them to change their glasses. Right? So leave them alone. When they're ready, they're going to reach out. That doesn't mean you sit down and knit until they come, unless of course knitting is a creative project for you, right? You go about your business, you do what brings you joy, right? But they have their problem that they need to sort out. Let's get some messages from their 3D self. Messages from their 3D self. What does their 3D self want to tell you right now? I love you unconditionally. So they do. They do. I don't think what they're going through right now, or the fears that they have to do anything with you. It's them, their wounding, and the lens through which they're processing everything. Okay, so they love you unconditionally. That's a fact. And they can see that you have loved them unconditionally all this time. I wish I treated you better. So they're going down memory lane, and now they are seeing how they misinterpreted everything that you did or said. Right? They always saw your every action to this person was an attack. And that's because their nervous system is just fully activated. Their nervous system is always looking for a threat, because what they downloaded from their childhood is that the world is an unsafe place. Because if your parents aren't safe, then who the hell is? Who is? The people that brought you here. If they're not safe, if they're not a safe space for you, then who can be a safe space? I knew exactly what I was doing. Yes, they knew. They knew that they were pushing you away. They knew that they were doing things to trigger you, piss you off. They knew. These are all tactics that they learned from the family of their origin. I want to be more than friends. So maybe they've always said, okay, we're just friends. It's a friendship. We're ready. It was a kind of situationship kind of thing, right? They want to be more than that now, because now they know who you are. I'm starting to understand your connection, our connection. So I think they're doing a bit of research right now. And as I said, now that they are seeing things a little bit more clearly, they're going through your every experience, your every word with a fine-tooth comb, and they're realizing you never meant to hurt them. You were always very supportive of them. Okay? It was just that they could not receive your love. Okay, I remember every detail of that day. So there's one particular day that they remembering right now that sticks out in their memory. There's something that you said or you did that particular day that really showed them that you cared, and they keep playing this over and over and over in their mind. You came closer than anyone. I told you, real Scorpio vibes, right? They don't allow anybody in, because anybody that comes in is a vulnerability. But they let you know that you came the closest, right? You got under this person's skin. I know that I crossed the line with you, right? And because you were getting under this person's skin, I think they may have been very harsh with you. And maybe for some of you guys, they may have been horrible, because their goal was to get you to back off, right? So it looks like there may have been a lot of deep hurt and pain that happened in this connection, and they're just regretting it all. Based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect will be the next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? We have Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. I like that though. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. And we have the Strength card. Okay, they are going to be empowering themselves by really diving deep into their pain and the things they use to numb out from that pain, their own addictions. Okay, and as they heal, they're going to need these addictions less and less. So let's say maybe their addiction is buying a lot of shit off Amazon, right? You're going to see them ordering less and less packages. Or perhaps they're addicted to video games, and maybe they play video games for 16 hours a day. That's going to cut down to 2. So everything that they're doing is just going to be a gradual decrease, because there's no longer that need to disassociate from the self and disassociate from the pain, because they're actually going to be doing that healing work, right? Now, don't expect them to reach out and talk about the future with you. I don't get that with that Ace of Pentacles. Don't expect that. Don't expect that. But expect that they will continue to improve themselves. They will continue with their healing journey. They will continue to empower themselves with, beautiful boundaries with their family, with their co-workers. They will continue to nourish themselves and gradually really embrace this spiritual journey that they realize that they are on with you. But don't expect talks of the future right now. And let you know right up that they're not there yet. What's the messages? What's the advice from your guides right now? What's the advice from your guides? We have discontent, okay? And we have the muses. Maybe some of you have been stuck in a creative rut, or maybe some of you are studying, or maybe you're in a job that it just doesn't resonate with you anymore, okay? You feel stuck. Spirit has some advice for that, it looks like. And we have creativity guides, invention world. They're coming to give you an idea, some inspiration. Okay. What is this? It's card number 26. Yeah. So there's some kind of inspiration that they come. So write down your dreams, any little ideas. That's how I develop my ideas. Any little smidgen of an idea I get, I write it down. And the more I stare at that paper, And the more I troubleshoot, then the idea just starts to take form. Okay, so write down your dreams, write down the little ideas that are filtering through, and you'll see that over time, Spirit is just going to build on that particular idea. Okay. It says, sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your creativity guides are on hand, helping you transform your lemons into lemonade. No matter who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and the negative. Your creativity guides urge you to be grateful for the phases of your life and to be creative with the negatives. They'll help you use your inventiveness to transform any adverse situation into one for the better. So rather than dwelling on your lousy childhood, okay, so you had a lousy childhood too, your lousy childhood, true though it may have been, appreciate the courage it developed in you and use it to change the unsupportive past into a self-reliant present. Rather than endure an unfulfilling job, be resourceful and start the business you've dreamed of for years. This is not to deny you the pain in your life, but to use it as an incentive to move to higher ground. Allow your creativity guides to serve you. They're not afraid of the lemons you encounter in life. Gather their juice as fuel to invent much more better circumstances and ask them for inspiration and ideas. They have plenty to share. Their message here is, when you get lemons, make lemonade. So it looks like your circumstances may not have been of the best either. Okay, whether it was in your childhood or even now, right? But Spirit is saying there's always an avenue, or there's always a way to change your pain into beauty that you can share with the world. And they're asking you to do that now, okay? And that's going to pull you out of the rut. So there are ideas that are going to come through. Take note of them. Nothing happens by coincidence. People give you a little message or they say something to you and you don't know why it resonates. Write it down because it's some idea that Spirit's trying to give you. Okay? My love, that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Put your likes, dislikes, shares, comments. You can put a full stop in the comment section, right? It really helps with the algorithm and it helps our channel and our community grow and expand. Okay? All right, take care. Bye. Hey, pal, for if you chose the Good Tarot and this amethyst crystal cave here, this is going to be your reading. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's get some significators. Two, actually. One, a significator for their energy generally, and then a significator for their energy towards you. Underneath the deck, we have birth. So what they are thinking about, or maybe they're getting a download about, they're getting a download about you, and maybe they're meant to birth something into the earth plane with you. I think this person is thinking about new beginnings, right? Because that's what birth is about, right? Something new entering into the earth plane that may not have been here before. But I see also this person struggling within themselves. I think this person has been the victim of narcissistic abuse. I think this person has undergone a lot of betrayal, backstabbing, that kind of thing. So they got trust issues and they have a lot of hidden resentments and anger that they may have taken out on you in the past, and they don't want to do that again. And the only way to prevent that from being, projected onto you is for them to really take their healing seriously and get themselves together. The energy generally. Okay, we got 2. We have projection, definitely. It's exactly what I was just talking about, right? This person, but I think this is a progression. It's just what I was talking about, right? Your person is finding the strength to take accountability for their life. I feel like in the past they were always a victim. If you listen to them and their stories about their relationships, their childhood, and maybe they were a victim in childhood, and maybe they were a victim in relationships. But apart from childhood, because we don't have control in that space, right? Everything is kind of, out of our circle of control in our childhood. All right, but after your childhood, we get into adulthood. There are things that are within your circle of control, unless, of course, you're a victim of a crime or a survivor of a crime. Okay, and they're seeing now the part that they may have contributed to whatever betrayal that may have gone here, or any dissolution of a relationship, or any kind of rejection that they had, or abandonment by a partner. They're seeing also the part they played in that. And the part could be just they didn't love themselves enough, or they were overgiving, overcompensating, which boils down to not loving yourself enough, having lacked boundaries, which boils down to not loving yourself enough. So they are recognizing their path, and they're leaving this victim attitude behind, their addictions behind. We have devils here. Their addictions behind that they may have been projecting onto you, and moving into their purpose, moving into the light. And they're being supported by their spirit guides. Okay. And sometimes when you've been hurt, or things have not worked out, you get kind of into this sunken place where you either think you deserve the things that happen to you, or you become the abuser instead of the person who has survived abuse. And I feel for a lot of you, your person may have become the abuser. So they're being supported at this time to release those energies and release those addictions that they may have picked up in order to survive and to move into a life of purpose. And because they're moving into a life of purpose, there are a lot of people that they're going to leave behind. There are a lot of people that they're no longer in vibratory alignment with. Some of these people could be family members. Some of these people could be significant others. Some of these people might even be, sad to say, maybe some of their children even. Or, parents, right? Co-workers, jobs. They're things that they kind of take with them through this new timeline that they are manifesting. So this is where they're at. And there's even though this change is definitely for the better, with any change there's grief, because there's always something or someone, or maybe even a part of yourself, that you have to grieve and allow to die. Their energy towards you. We have sex. I mean, they could definitely be thinking about sex. Definitely. But I feel like, all habits kind of die hard. So as much as they're moving through this door, this might be like the last frontier, right? The last holdout, or the last standoff of the ego. I think in the past, this person may have used sex to avoid delving deep into their emotions, to avoid them examining what they really felt for you emotionally. So they were using sex as a buffer, and they may have labeled your connection as a sexual one, maybe a situationship, friends with benefits, or whatever it is, so they didn't have to examine what they really felt for you inside. They may have used sex to control, manipulate you, and they may still want to do that because, change is scary. And whilst we're going through profound change, sometimes we look for little parts of our life that we can still exert control over, right? In order for us to feel safe. And this might be one of those things for a person, using sex to control the narrative, using sex to control you, and making sure that you don't leave them, and you know, just trying to bind you to them with sex. For some of them, they may be intimidated by your sexiness, your sexuality, not thinking that it's good enough. So there's some kind of sexual anxiety that your person experiences as well. They have some insecurities surrounding their performance, or maybe even their body. Okay, because they see you as a goddess, right? God, goddess, whatever you identify as, that's how they see you. And no matter how you look, this is how this person sees you. This person worships you. And the thing about worshiping people is that, you always feel less than. From the time you raise this person to the level of deity, you will never be able to measure up. And maybe they feel they don't measure up in like the literal sense, because there's a lot of propaganda talk bandied about size and all those kinds of things, whether it's size of boobs or your size generally, or size of appendages. People always have all kind of things about what is the right size, and all that kind of. We have so many prescriptions about what people should look like and what people should be, and I think your person has internalized a lot of these things. So there's some anxiety around sex that's here as well. But I feel like they want to use sex to control you, or even maybe to block out how they feel, because what they feel is a bit intense at this time. What have they realized about this connection? We have the magician stepping into their power. But the magician is about self-mastery. Okay, really coming into unity with yourself and really appreciating yourself for where you're at in this moment. Not looking towards the future, not looking towards your past, or what you could be or what you weren't, but just appreciating who you are now, and using that energy and power to manifest what you want. Okay? So they want to manifest something new. All right, what have they realized about you and the connection? All right, we have Page of Cups in reverse. That's Pisces energy. Six of Cups in reverse. Very watery, right? High Priestess. It's all water. We have Strength card. That's Leo. I read High Priestess as Pisces, Cancer, Virgo because Virgo has access, and Taurus because of the horns, and the silence. Oh, and I read a Scorpio as well. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, right? So looking back at the past, a lot, right? Looking back at the past and recognizing that they didn't take you seriously. And they didn't take you seriously because this person had a heart wall. Okay, the heart blockage here, or was anyways. They were just disconnected from their emotions, and I think sex was a big part of that. So maybe even this person may have had some kind of sex addiction, but it's to prevent them from actually reconnecting with their emotional body and reconnecting with themselves, because to reconnect with their emotions also might mean to reconnect with trauma. They don't want no part of that, right? So they didn't invest in this connection. They didn't work on this connection. I don't think they ever saw this connection as being a permanent fixture in their life. Ace of Pentacles is in reverse, right? So this was, for them, this was never anything serious, and this was never anything solid. Okay? I'm also getting that they didn't trust you. And they didn't trust you because we saw that card with projection. But also, there was something that was always mysterious or cloaked or veiled about you. Maybe you didn't trust them either. Okay? Maybe you didn't show them all of yourself, and they always felt like you were hiding something. Maybe they thought that you were hiding something sinister, but maybe you're just hiding some vulnerable parts of yourself. And maybe you were feeling that this person was hiding something from you, but they might have just been hiding some vulnerable parts of themselves. Although some of them could have been hiding things from you too, okay? But there was always this level of mistrust. People feeling a lot. Because that's what High Priestess does. Oh, she feels everything. On a deeply intuitive and spiritual level. She's taking in everything. She feels everything. She sees everything. She doesn't need her eyes to see. She sees everything. But does she say shit about it? No. And I think that's what I think that's what you guys did in this relationship, or what they realized that they may have done in this relationship. They felt a lot, but they didn't say anything about their feelings, and they didn't even want to connect properly with those feelings. They didn't want to acknowledge those feelings. So nobody was speaking their needs. Everybody just kind of held back, trying to maintain control of the relationship, perhaps through silence. So nobody talking about, what they wanted out of the connection, what they wanted out of a partner, that they wanted a relationship. Even you guys may not have even had that discussion, but you guys, feeling a lot, but you're not talking. And that's what they realized. They were never communicative. That's a childhood wound now. Especially depending on your person. Maybe they grew up with the silent generation, right? I grew up, one of my parents were from the silent generation, those born in 1930s. Let's say going all the way to maybe to 1960s, I would say. They were born around that era. That's a silent generation. Shit happens and nobody talks anything about it. Nobody says anything. What? That happened? I don't remember. Right? So many things happen in the household and nobody talks about it. Somebody could die in the home and nobody talks about their feelings. They power through it, they distract themselves, and they just try to power through life. So this is what your person was taught. You don't communicate. Maybe when they tried to communicate as a child, they were made fun of, or they were disregarded, or they didn't receive the kind of support that they thought that they would get. Because some people just don't know how to support you. Some parents don't know how to support you. They don't even know how to support their own selves. They have shit going on and they don't look at it. So far less to look at somebody else's wounding. So from that, your person learn, you know what? Just keep that shit inside. Keep it to yourself. There's no good sharing. So they brought all of this to your connection. What are they realizing? They held back. And they were just trying to maintain control of the connection. And even though they felt drawn to you, they wouldn't show you how they felt. Because look at this line. He is in ecstasy. He's enjoying how this woman is touching him. But is he looking at her and acknowledging her? No. Stroke on, sis. Stroke on. But they're looking away even though they're enjoying it. So as much as they enjoyed your energy, and your energy was so delicious to this person, so nurturing, so loving. Didn't even acknowledge. Didn't even acknowledge it to themselves or acknowledge it to you. So what have they realized? They never took this connection seriously. Much to their regret. Let's look at their current thoughts and feelings for you. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. All right, so this is very different and beautiful energy. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. But you know, all habits die hard. This is them not thinking they're good enough. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And for me, this is a karmic energy. In my readings, all reverse court cards are karmic energies or energies that are ill-dignified. And all upright court cards are divine energies. So we have a karmic coming through. So it could definitely be a third party here, because it's right here on that Three of Pentacles card. We have the Page of Pentacles reaching out the hand of friendship. This could even be an apology. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. Your person could even be married to somebody else. Okay, both coming up in their ill-dignified position. All right, what am I getting here, guys? Your person is trying to make themselves ready for love. And they're trying to do that by really diving into their healing and trying to navigate their emotions. You know, Six of Swords has always been a card that has always fascinated me, because, you know, why Six of Swords when clearly this is someone navigating water, and water is all about the emotions, right? Rightfully, quite frankly, should be Six of Cups in it. But this is processing your emotions, and processing is always a kind of mental exercise. All right, so they are navigating their emotions, they're processing their emotions, and as they do, they gradually move away or pull away from old paradigms that no longer resonate with the more healed version of themselves. And one of the things, or one of the persons that they may be moving away from might be a work situation. This is Three of Pentacles. Or it might be a third party who they're in some kind of long-term commitment. It has to be some kind of long-term commitment. So it's either a long-term commitment, like cohabitation, or it could be a marriage here, because we have counterparts in reverse. And if it is a person, these are two people that brought out the worst in each other, because you know they're partners like that. You know, they bring out the worst in you, because Queen of Cups in reverse is emotionally manipulative, but King of Cups in reverse is a covert narcissist, right? So both of them battling for power in the emotional realm. In the emotional realm, your person's tired. They're tired of that. They're tired of that dysfunction. They're tired of that toxicity. And the more they heal is the more they just can't stand to be around this energy. This also holds true for their family connections and for their relationships at work. So it's like your person is doing a complete overhaul of their life, because as they heal, they're falling out of vibrational alignment of everything that they manifested whilst they were deep in this ego state. So they're realizing they want to reach out to you. They want to heal the divide that is between you guys at this time. They want to partner with you, collaborate with you, both in a platonic sense and also in a romantic sense. But they feel like it has to be baby steps at this point. Okay? For some of you, a person is still married, still in some kind of love connection here. And that's something that they need to sort out. So they're not going to open that door until they sort this out, because they are ready for a proper relationship, a more healthy relationship, right? What they have going on right now is just dysfunction. So they want to come towards you with that Six of Swords. Collaborations on that mind, Three of Pentacles. Reaching out with that Page of Pentacles. But there's a situation here. Something that's heavily codependent and dysfunctional that they need to disengage from. Okay? What does Spirit want you to know about this connection at this time? What does Spirit want you to know? We have Justice in reverse. And that's about, a spiritual lesson that might be outstanding, a karmic debt that is still being balanced. We have Ace of Wands in reverse. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. And we have Page of Swords in reverse. You might be in no communication or no contact with your person right now, or limited communication or limited contact, and Spirit is telling you why. Spirit saying this person's still wrapping up a karmic lesson here, and their life has been turned upside down. There's no stability within their life right now, far less them feeling that they can manifest some kind of stability with you. There's no stability in their life. Everything is kind of up in the air. And this person right now, they can't make or take any action towards you. There's a delay in this new beginning. And there's a delay in this new beginning because I keep getting it. There's some kind of situation that they need to deal with. There's something here that they need to deal with. They need to wrap up this cycle. There's something or someone in their life that's still outstanding. Your person, they want you to know, feels a lot of guilt and shame. And they feel a lot of guilt and shame because of how they treated you in the past. This person may have rejected you, kicked you when you're down. They may have cheated on you. We do have Ace of Wands in reverse, and that could talk about some kind of sex addiction. They may have taken your love for granted. Okay, this person may have been very immature, especially when it came to their communication. So, as your person reviews the past, they're taking ownership, but they also feel really regretful. And sometimes they feel so ashamed, they don't even think that they can face you. Let's get some 3D messages from your person at this time. 3D messages from your person. Underneath the deck, I want to be more than friends. Yeah. So maybe in the past they were like, oh, let's keep it casual. This is just a friendship, friends with benefits, that kind of thing. But now they want to be more than friends as they acknowledge their deeper emotions that they have been ignoring. I don't react when people mention you. So I think there are people around them that know about you, and they might bring up your name in conversation just to see your person, and your person's reaction. Maybe even their spouse may be throwing your name in their face, and your person just has a poker face because they're also trying to protect you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So even that when they weren't acknowledging the depth of their feelings, they always felt an attachment or a kind of simpatico with you. And if they did choose somebody else, it wasn't an easy decision for them to make. Finding out the truth crushed me. So when they finally faced the full of their emotions and they realized like how deep they were like, I fucked up. I fucked up. This could be them finding out the truth about somebody else. Okay, and again, I fucked up. I fucked up. I left when I saw you with someone else. So they felt, I don't know if they saw you or maybe they intuited that you were with someone else, but they kind of left you before you could leave them. And this doesn't have to be true, but this is just what they may have picked up from their wounding, or they may have saw you with someone else, but it might have been something platonic, and they just misinterpreted the whole situation. So before you abandon them, they jump ship. I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, so, hindsight, always 2020, right? So they wish that, they knew then what they knew now, they would treat you differently. I'm afraid to contact you. Yeah, they're afraid of your words, your reaction, what you're going to say. Will you pelt it back in their face? Would you reject them? Would you use that opportunity to extract your revenge? What if you've moved on? What if you have someone else? Sometimes in the uncertainty, people feel more comfortable. At least it isn't a hard no, We both know I'm not the one for you. So this is them, thinking that they're not worthy, that they can't live up to you. Because as I told you, this person has made you into a deity. They worship at your temple. And once they've put you on that kind of pedestal, they will never get to your level. They will never feel like it anyways. All right, based on what we're seeing here, guys, what can we expect will be this person's next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? So we have the Chariot in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords. That doesn't sound like any movement at all. We have Judgment in reverse. And we have the Nine of Swords, trapped in fear. Trapped in their fears, their phobias, thinking about every negative permutation of what can happen. Okay? So that's them for the next month. For a lot of them, they might be battling with or trying to get a hold on depression, maybe clinical depression. Okay? And their judgment might be skewed. Their judgment might be off, thinking that there's no way out. They're trapped, not seeing the way forward. Okay? So that's them for the next month. And I guess this is part of the process. This is part of the process. But just their mind, that monkey mind, that's exactly what they're going to be going through. Okay, so don't expect any kind of real movement from this person. They have to face their fears, but right now they are trapped in fear. What's the advice from your guides at this time? What's the advice from your guides? We have shadow and we have divine healer. So right now, they might be operating a little bit from the shadow side, okay, as they really go deep into their ego. There's a lot of things that are coming up for transmutation, okay, but maybe there's some parts of yourself that you need to focus on as well. Let's see what's the message that comes through for you. All right, we have bravado, and it says warrior guides. All right, let's see what that's about. Card number 41, it looks like. Bravado, warrior guides. And it says rebellion, liberation, courage, and resistance. Does everything inside you rebel against authority, making you want to scream, "You can't control me"? If so, it's true. No one can control you unless you agree to it. The fact that you don't allow others to control you anymore is a sign of progress. So what is it? It means that you're moving away from a world of dependency and claiming your personal authority as a self-directed, conscious, and ready to take on responsibility for yourself. Challenging the authority figures in your life is a necessary step in your growth. However, you must realize that not everyone or everything in your path is necessarily working against you. Ask your warrior guides for the courage to challenge what oppresses you and for the wisdom to know when to respect authority. Your warrior guide's message is stand up for what's important to you and ask for it. However, don't fight for its own sake. Respect the leadership and the rights of others as well. So, Spirit is saying you are an autonomous being and nobody can dictate your destiny, your path. Not even this person, even though they may have tried to keep you stuck, right? They're only able to control you if you want them to. And just as they are learning to take control of your life, of their life, they're learning to take control. Well, maybe that's what they're trying to do, take control of your life. As much as they're trying to take control of their life, you can also take control of yours. You're never trapped. You're never trapped. And not everything that happens to you must you rail against it or resist it, right? There's some things you really have to get the discernment as to what's working for me and what's working against me. And I feel like what's unfolding here is what's working for you. Okay, there's no need to try and disrupt the flow of things here, right? Your person has to go through this process. And again, that's not to say that you wait around, because that will be giving them control over your life, right? You do your thing. You do your thing. If they ever level up, you're going to know. They're going to come into your circle of awareness, into your ambit. They'll be magnetized into your ambit. But for now, don't give your power away to this person. Do your thing. Do you. Okay? All right, my love. So that was your reading. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Check out my other readings. I have a lot of content on this channel. I also have another channel for twin flames and higher level soulmates. It's called Made for Love. Check that out. And I just thank you for being here. Please leave a comment down below, even if it's a full stop or an emoji. It really helps with the algorithm and it helps our community expand and grow. Okay? I'm love. Take care.